evening and welcome to your Thursday, April 17, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Review of taxes on vehicle importation likely, says JAGDEO. Guyana notes China's silence on Venezuela's planned illegal elections in ESSEQUIBO. 400 jobs to be created as ENMORE call center opens to support hospitals across Guyana. Berbice businessman shot dead during daring daylight robbery by unmasked gunman. And AFC decides to contest 2025 elections without APNU. Now for the news in detail. Vice President Dr. JAGDEO today said that the government could conduct a review of the current tax system involving the importation of vehicles. He was at the time responding to a question posed during his press conference. Let's have a look.
I was wondering why that question, because we passed a budget recently. We reduced duties on lots of things since we got into office, including vehicles. Their duties are still high. We will probably put them on the review in the next term in office, so they will come down. But as the road network expands too, I think we can allow a more liberal taxation system on the vehicle. But this is not discriminatory. It's applied to vehicles from any part of the world. If you were thinking about whether it's linked, maybe I don't know if that's the thinking about it's linked to the US, but it's from Japan, it's from the US, it's from Europe, the same tax rates that you pay.
The Guyana government has called out China for its glaring silence regarding Venezuela's plans to illegally host elections in the Essequibo region, which is 2/3 of Guyana's landmass. Here are the details from Vanu Manikchand.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation in a statement on Thursday said it has taken note that there has been no comment from the government of the People's Republic of China on the blatant announcement by the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela that it intends to conduct elections on May 25, 2025 for a governor and legislative council of the Guyana Essequibo state, which is the name Venezuela has given to Guyana's Essequibo region. According to the Foreign Ministry, quote, "This is a clear violation of Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity," end quote. The statement was in response to recent comments made by a senior official at the Chinese embassy in Georgetown during a press conference on Wednesday. Deputy Chief of Mission Huang Rui had said that while China does not intervene in other nations' internal affairs and respects all nations' sovereignty and territorial integrity, he believes that Guyana and Venezuela should engage in friendly consultations and negotiations to settle the decades-old border controversy between the two nations. However, the Foreign Ministry rejected this statement, reminding that the matter is currently before the International Court of Justice based on a recommendation by the United Nations Secretary General after failed talks between Guyana and Venezuela. It added too that Guyana's pellucid commitment to this legal process was also recognized in the December 2023 Argyle Declaration, a peace pact between Guyanese President Dr. Irfan Ali and his Venezuelan counterpart Nicolas Maduro. According to the ministry, in order to not undermine the jurisdiction or authority of the World Court as the appropriate forum for the resolution of this controversy, Guyana will not engage in discussion on this matter. It added, quote, "The principles of international law and mutual respect will continue to guide the actions of the government of Guyana in its interactions with all member states of the international community," end quote. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
A brand new call center has been commissioned along Estate Road in ENMORE Pasture, East Coast Demerara, creating jobs for some 400 people. Michael Henry reports that this call center will train individuals to provide back office support for hospitals across Guyana.
Approximately 400 people from ENMORE and surrounding communities on the east coast of Demerara are set to gain employment in the BPO sector following the new opening of the new VChat call center at ENMORE Pasture Estate Road. Based in India, VChat caters to a wide range of clients with a strong focus on durable medical equipment billing, providing cost-effective and high-quality services to help clients remain competitive. Speaking at the opening of the facility on Thursday, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony noted that the company will be able to support the back-end operations of hospitals across Guyana, especially as the government moves to digitize the public health sector.
One of the things that we want to see in this community is to make sure that we develop facilities that can benefit the entire East Coast. Again, not very far from here, you would see that a new hospital is being developed. And I think there are some synergies between what is going to happen here and what we will be doing at the new hospital. Because what we are accustomed to in our hospitals have been things like open wards and paper charts and everything you got to write down and so forth. We are changing all of that, and everything would be quite digital. So when a patient comes in, it's all going to be digital. But there are lots of connections between what we are doing right now in the health sector and what is happening or what would happen in this facility. I know that their focus would be on overseas clients, but I think the skill set that you will gain, the knowledge that you will gain, apart from working in this institution, they can have other application as you grow and develop.
In October 2020, the PPP administration liberalized the telecommunications sector, resulting in increased investments in the industry. Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh, speaking at the event, highlighted that since the liberalization of the sector, the cost of bandwidth today is 1/10 of what it was in August 2020. This reduction, he noted, has made it possible for companies like VChat to invest in Guyana.
That one act has resulted in Guyana being a more competitive and attractive place for information and communications technology-based companies to operate. You'll have 1,000 persons working at the hospital and another 400 potentially working here. That's 1,500 persons between these two locations alone. I want to ask all of you to get the word out there that jobs are available here in ENMORE, and anybody who's interested in a job. Suresh, you are here and you're very active amongst young people. I want to ask you to get the word out there.
Meanwhile, at this new call center, persons will be hired in batches of 30. Applicants also have the opportunity to move up in ranks such as team lead, supervisors, country managers, and much more. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
An East Bank Berbice businessman was this morning shot dead during a robbery which was executed by a lone gunman. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that the incident occurred at the man's home and place of business.
The businessman has been identified as Jatindra Uttam, called Jetto, of Edinburgh Village, East Bank, Berbice in Region 6. Uttam operates from his place of residence, a retail store selling construction material, and operated Jetto trucking service. At the time of the robbery on Thursday morning, both the businessman's wife and daughter were at home. At the time of the incident, a neighbor heard that Joseph, who worked with Uttam, was in the shop with him.
Me and he sat up right in the shop. And when we sat up in there, this guy just come with his gun and just shoot you too. One shooter, you shoot him. See you all the money and go carry me inside and take out all the ring.
Joseph said after being shot, Uttam engaged the lone gunman who was unmasked. He said that the bandit pointed the gun at him as he too tried to disarm the gunman.
In the shoot, you know, he shoot me.
During a scuffle with Uttam, the intruder's helmet fell to the ground and he did not waste time to pick it up. The bandit reportedly left with some jewelry the businessman was wearing at the time and an undisclosed sum of money which he got from the businessman's wife.
I just took out and she bring out the money. Yeah.
After you done get shoot.
Yeah.
I understand that after you were shot, you started to fight back with the guy.
Yeah, we fight back with him. Yeah.
And what you were doing.
We don't fight with him to after he find the gun for me to shoot me. Then he were out and come out and jump on the bike and he got. Basement the right house. Basement upstairs.
Reports are that Utam was still conscious when he arrived at the New Amsterdam hospital, and the medical personnel indicated that he had lost a lot of blood. Shortly after, the injured man lost consciousness and passed away. Police are investigating. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Coming up, GRA seizes prop currency at CJIA and AFC may run back to PNC APNU, says JAGDEO, says neither party offers anything to electorate. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Did you know Guyana's Super 95 gasoline has an octane rating of 95, the highest rating available in Guyana? This premium fuel is known to enhance the performance of your engine, making it run smoother and more efficiently, leading to better fuel economy and improved performance. Choose Super 95 for more mileage and better overall performance.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The Guyana Revenue Authority released a statement today where it revealed that its officers recently seized a quantity of prop U.S. currency in an incoming package at a popular cargo bond at the Chedijagan International Airport. The GRA said the package contained 500 pieces of replicas of U.S. 100 bills with all the trademarks of the 100 U.S. bill with some additional markings. The bills in question are prop currency and are so labeled. In fact, fact, each bill has the marking for motion picture purposes in prop we trust. Nevertheless, the GRA said the package was seized and that law enforcement officers are attempting to locate the consignee to assist with the investigations. In its statement, the GRA noted that the second schedule Part 2 of the Customs Act, Chapter 8201, restricts goods which bear a design in imitation of any currency or banknotes or coin in common use in Guyana or elsewhere unless with the approval of the Commissioner General. Against this backdrop, GRA said the relevant authorities both in Guyana and overseas were notified for further investigations in keeping with the provisions of the Customs and Anti-Money Laundering Acts. We now tell you that the Alliance for Change has announced that it will be contesting the 2025 elections alone. However, it noted that the door is always open for a change of this position before nominations day. Here are the details from Michael Henry.
Regrettably, we have, despite the best efforts of our negotiation team, been able to arrive at a mutually beneficial arrangement with APNU. We've communicated our decision, regrettably so, to APNU, and we've also communicated to them that we will proceed with our campaign as Alliance for Change since time is of the essence. We have indicated, as we have always indicated, there are other avenues, several other avenues, on which the party, the AFC, can work and collaborate with APNU and other individuals who are interested in other avenues other than in the upcoming elections, other than an established coalition. Of course, as always, the door is always open prior to nomination day. Should there be a change in this position or change in circumstances?
Alliance for Change Chairman David Patterson on Thursday revealing the party's decision to contest the 2025 elections without its previous coalition partner, the A Partnership for National Unity. The AFC and APNU have been engaged in discussions on a potential coalition for this year's elections. The two parties had previously coalesced for the 2015 and 2020 elections. The AFC and APNU first joined forces in 2015 under the Commingsburg Accord, revised in 2019 with fewer concessions for the AFC before expiring in December 2022. The coalition won the 2015 elections but lost power after a no-confidence motion in 2018. Originally, the AFC held a 40% stake in the coalition, which was reduced to 30% in the 2019 revision. The party's declining influence was reflected in its poor performance in the 2018 local government elections and its perceived role in the no-confidence motion's passage. Following the 2020 election loss, the APNU-AFC alliance officially ended in December 2022. In January, the two sides had set March 31st as the deadline for negotiations on a new partnership for this year's polls. According to reports, the two sides had been embroiled in disagreements over the presidential candidate and power-sharing arrangements within the potential partnership. The AFC had published its conditions for a coalition, including the demand of a 40-60 split of government positions in APNU's favor, that its leader Nigel Hughes is the presidential candidate, and that the presidential candidate's party should not hold the leader of the list position, which controls parliamentary appointments and removal. On the other hand, leader of the APNU, Aubrey Norton, has made it clear that the People's National Congress, the largest faction in APNU, would not accept any disrespect given that the PNC carries the burden of the work. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. JAGDEO, on Thursday remarked that the AFC and PNC APNU talks were bound to collapse, given that the politicians were only focused on what they can personally gain from another coalition arrangement. Here is more from Vanu Manikchand.
They don't think about, let's come together and create a program of what we want to do for the people of this country. Their only order of business in the coalition talk was about who gets what if they win the government. How many seats one party will get in the parliament, how many government jobs they will get, how many ministerial jobs they will get, which portfolio they will get. It's all about sharing spoils. They see government as an opportunity to share spoils. And that is why it was bound to fail.
That was General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Bart Jagdeo, commenting on the AFC's announcement that it will contest this year's elections independently. AFC's David Patterson revealed on Thursday that talks with its previous coalition partner, the PNC APNU, failed since the parties were unable to reach a mutually accepted agreement. However, Patterson noted that this position can change before nominations day. In fact, the PNC APNU released a statement shortly after AFC's announcement, stating that it remains willing and ready to re-engage the AFC on coalition talks. According to Jagdeo, the AFC may eventually coalesce with the APNU. Either way, the PPP General Secretary contended that neither party has anything to offer the electorate.
When the AFC goes on the ground and they realize that nobody is listening to them, they would probably try to crawl back within the APNU fold. So you have not only a competence gap here, because you can't put together a proper plan, but you also have a credibility gap, because even if you make a promise, then nobody believes you will implement it, given your own track record. So they are, regardless of who they put at the top of the ticket, they have several issues to face with, as I said, contend with. No track record, a credibility gap, a competence gap, and then, of course, a divisive policy of racism.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
Construction workers are ongoing on the Hope-like Canal replica in Region 6, according to Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh. Let's find out more from Gerald Bryan.
One of the key climate adaptation projects being pursued in Guyana are replicas of the Hope Canal, a high-level discharge drainage system. Replicas of the Hope Canal, located at Hope Village on the east coast of Demerara, are being built in Regions 3, 5, and 6. During a public meeting at Mebikuri, Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh cited the work being done on these canals as just one example of the government fulfilling its promise. As a matter of fact, construction of the Hope Canal replica is already ongoing in Region 6.
We said we are going to implement lasting solutions for the traditional problems with flooding and with irrigation, and the Hope-like canals are already under construction, 2 outfall structures and an embankment along the Kanji Creek, already under network within that configuration, already under construction. We are doing the same in Region 5.
Dr. Singh also spoke of other areas in which the government has been able to fulfill its promises to the residents of Region 6.
Every single one of those promises, comrades and friends, we have delivered. And you know that too. You have seen. And I could go on for a long time in every single sector, whether it is infrastructure. If you look only at Region 6, the commitments that we have given in relation to infrastructure.
It was only last week that bids from as many as 60 companies interested in constructing a Hope Canal replica in Region 3 were opened at the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
More than 15,000 pupils across Guyana have sat the first day of the National Grade 6 Assessment Examinations of 2025 on Wednesday, and the Ministry of Education has reported a record high attendance rate of 98%, the best turnout since before the COVID-19 pandemic. Here is this story.
According to Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand, at the end of the first day of the National Grade 6 Assessment, NGSA, a total of 15,813 students were registered to write the 2-day national examinations. As of Wednesday evening, Data had been received from 99% of schools, showing that 15,497 students turned up to write the exams.
That represents a 98% attendance of all our students or pupils. Region 5 had the highest attendance rate with 98.85% of students turning up. We had 115 SEN students, that would be special education needs pupils, writing these exams or assessments, and we had 91 pupils who took the assessment in Spanish, a version that we introduced last year.
The Education Minister attributed the strong turnout to targeted investment made in the education sector to improve both accessibility and readiness. All public school students received free breakfast and lunch, while students from both public and private schools received exam kits, including stationery items required for the assessments. Manik Chan also credited the introduction of additional boats and new schools in remote areas with improving student access. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Education produced a video of pupils from Stella Maris Primary reflecting on this year's exams. According to the ministry, in 2020, the school achieved its best performance in 5 years, with Rovin Lal tying for the top spot nationally.
Gabrielle Thomas. Today's exam was easy, a bit challenging, but it was okay. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank for helping you out throughout this journey? Yes, I would like to thank my teacher, Miss Renate, for helping me out with my studies. She helped me with stuff that I didn't understand, and Miss Scarlett, she may not be my teacher, but she has helped me throughout my exam, and my other teacher, Miss Serena, who has also helped me. I'm aiming for Bishop for St. Roses, Tracy Trudman.
And how do you think you did in today's exam?
I think I did well, especially in my science and my composition. I think I succeeded in both of my topics, such as science. And normally I have a bit challenging in science, but I think I aced it today.
What's your favorite subject?
I think English was it, because normally they used to bring some challenging questions there, but they brought it easy to me.
The ministry also caught up with students from North Georgetown Primary. A notable achievement for the school includes Malachi Seals, who emerged as the first ever Whiz Kids champion from the school, showcasing exceptional knowledge and quick thinking in Guyana Learning Channel's NGSA game show.
My name is Kimani Henry.
And how was today's exam?
I would say that today's exam, some of the questions was easy, but I did have a difficult time on some of the questions, specifically for science.
Anthony Gaskin. And how are you feeling after today's exam?
I am feeling anxious and excited as well.
Any reason why you're a bit anxious?
I am nervous about which school I get because I am being stressed from my parents.
The National Grade 6 Assessment assesses competency development from grades 3 to grades 5 consolidated curriculum. On Wednesday, pupils wrote English Paper 2, Mathematics Paper 1, Science Paper 1, Social Studies Paper 1. On Thursday, they did English Paper 1, Mathematics Paper 2, Science Paper 2, and Social Studies Paper 2. The NGSA is a critical exam for grade 6 pupils in Guyana. It determines placement into secondary schools based on academic performances. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Friday, April 18th, 2025 at 8 hours for a period of 2 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic on Friday, April 18th, 2025 at 6 hours 40 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Wendy's women defeat Bangladesh to keep World Cup hopes alive, and the Karifta team pays courtesy call to President Ali. These stories coming up in this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Hi, I'm Timothy Ramjan, and this is MacCorp Rental. We have the right equipment and generator for your coming project. call me on 698-8116. Mapper, let's do the work.
Poultry farmers, debeaking or trimming the beak of your poultry is known to reduce the damage and deaths caused by pecking, resulting in greater yields. Sylvie's currently has in stock the machine that will easily allow you to debeak your poultry without causing harm to your livestock. Order it now at sylviesonline.com or visit us at 31 High and Hatfield Street, Georgetown, or Lot 90 East Henrietta, ESSEQUIBO, Coast.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.